Hello, my name is Angie Coy.
Hello, my name is Karen Cortez.
Today we are going to make an introduction about plain obsolescence.
The planning obsolescence in the planning or programming of the end of the useful life of the product or service. Today, after a period of time calculation in advance by the manufacturer, it becomes obsolete, not functional, obsolete or obsolete.
The document should by did it the one of the Greek problems of 21st century social. Do we buy out of necessary of because the system is designed so that we never stop consuming?
The documentary explains that with how this practice called programmed obsolescence, the capitalized systems called not the sustained. Consumers or mass production are two direct consequences of this phenomenon.
So, despite technological advance, the system performs consumer products that last less and less, batteries that did after 12 months, prices that block when they arrive and at century numbers of impressions, life buses die tour of after 1,000 hours. In this way, the system returns to consume and the companies continue to manufacture.
The model of growing to grow has negative effects on the ecosystem. The documentary shows how solid products are growing to northwestern countries like Ghana, where they are presented as second-hand products. However, it is scripted that the developing countries do not want.
Having no level of the problem that we are facing day by day, we can take advantage of this information changes the rise of life that we have.
We can start to spread this type of information so that people begin to change their consumption habits. Just as they are starting projects of new company, they make long-lasting products, such as Fortune Factory, where the slogan is that the buyers can inherit the fortune to their grandchildren. So we can start to spread this type of information so that people begin to change their consumption habits. Just as they are starting projects of the companies that make long-lasting products, such as Fortune Factory, where the slogan is that buyers can inherit the fortune to their grandchildren, so that begin to say new business ideas where people can observe the benefits of good buys and buy responsibility and with signs of change that last long.
Change in consumers could stop producers some of technological garbage. We just not change the same every 5 months, if not change every 15 months, could stop production done of granted that are killing out every month, could get a different cell phone every month, but they could worry more about a cell phone than will last a little longer and alert to the comfort of consumers.
It is also a new way of combating pollution and the problems of technological wasted or larger and few countries, if not equal countries of the world today is globalization. It is also an invitation for commercial enhancement to observe a new image such as wind and the way to create a company that produces more for collective benefit than individuals.
Citizens affect us in a negative way, saying we have to buy an object and it is that way. Citizens affect us in a negative way, saying we have to buy an object and it is damaged is therefore we have to buy a new or repair them. In this time of crisis, it is advised that objects last long so that we do not have to invest so much money in the objects we buy one and it lost us a lot of time.
On the one hand, the programming obsolescence is bad for people because it makes us invest money and time again in the same products and this time is the not good option. But other side, if we do not buy two objects and we are always with the same object, the country's economic. Thank you so much.